The greatest plan in the world is useless if it's not executed correctly. Managing crisis situation can be quite stressful and no one expects a true crisis to strike, especially when it directly affects you, your business, your people. And 2020 has been quite the learning curve for all of us, wouldn't you agree? Being forced to act quickly in a difficult situation when we least expect it can be difficult, can be stressful. And the best way to minimize the effects from a crisis is to have a well developed plan of dealing with it and then successfully executing it. Too often I hear people, managers, leaders say, I just wish things would have just gone to plan. Here's the thing, if you're planning for something that involves you and only you, then generally speaking, the execution, if planned right, should be straightforward and things should go to plan. But when it comes to involving other people, the key to a successful execution of the plan is effective communication. It's really having the ability to be behaviourally flexible. It's knowing how to use the right language in a way that resonates with everyone on the team so that they understand it and that everybody then is on the same page. Project management is a vital skill to get really good at as an individual, as a manager, as a leader, and it's so much more than just doing the do or getting the job done, particularly when there are other people involved. What I'd like to share with you today are 6 steps to successfully executing a plan. Firstly, it's making sure that you, the leader, have behavioural flexibility. It's modelling flexibility. It's knowing that you may need to make some adjustments. And it could be to change the way you do things. It could be the way perhaps you think about things, the way that you see things. And then it's making sure that you have the right people on the right task. This is where it's really vital for you to know your people's strengths and development areas. Then it's making sure that everyone involved with executing the plan is fully aware of the outcome. It's knowing the end in mind, what needs to be achieved, and then asking all the right questions to make sure that everybody really does understand what the outcome you want to achieve looks like. So that as you take the steps to achieving the outcome, to getting the result, you know where it is that you're headed and everyone's on the right path. This is called reverse engineering. See, too often leaders think that their people know exactly what's expected of them and where they're headed, but this is not the case at all. In fact, is it any wonder that plans fail? People start to become frustrated, stressed, and just don't hit the mark. Just because you understand it, it doesn't mean that everybody else understands it too. So it's really important to be clear on everything, including the time. When is it that something needs to be completed by? Be specific. Organise regular catch-up meetings or arrange updates. Keep people in the loop. Keep them informed of the progress. What's working? What isn't? Whether everyone is still on track or not. What do we need to adjust as individuals, as a team? And during execution, it's also really important to stay organised and on top of things to make sure that your plan is updated and relevant at all times. So if you find that you're regularly missing the mark, not achieving deadlines, or your team is not achieving outcomes, then this is feedback to you. There's really no shame in asking for help. Asking for training dedicated to this skill is vital.